one of the journeys which our saint made to purgatory occurred as follows. An unfortunate sinner entangled in the corruption of the world was finally converted. Thanks to the prayers and urgent exhortations of Lydwina, he made a sincere confession of all his sins and received absolution, but had little time to practice penance, for shortly after he died of the plague. The saint offered up many prayers and sufferings for his soul, and some time afterwards, having been taken by her angel guardian into purgatory, she desired to know if he was still there and in what condition. "He is there," said her angel, "and he suffers much. Would you be willing to endure some pain in order to diminish his?" "Certainly," she replied. "I am ready to suffer anything to assist him." Instantly, her angel conducted her into a place of frightful torture. "Is this then hell, my brother?" asked the holy maiden, seized with horror. "No, sister," answered the angel, "but this part of purgatory is bordering upon hell." Looking around on all sides, she saw what resembled an immense prison, surrounded with walls of a prodigious height, the blackness of which, together with the monstrous stones, inspired her with horror. Approaching this dismal enclosure, she heard a confused noise of lamenting voices, cries of fury, chains, instruments of torture, violent blows which the executioners discharged upon their victims. This noise was such that all the tumult of the world, in tempest or battle, could bear no comparison to it. "What then is that horrible place?" asked Saint Lydwina to her good angel. "Do you wish me to show it to you?" "No, I beseech you," said she, recoiling with terror. "The noise which I hear is so frightful that I could no longer bear it. How then could I endure the sight of those horrors?" Continuing her mysterious road, she saw an angel seated sadly on the curb of a well. "Who is that angel?" she asked of her guide. "It is," he replied, "the angel guardian of the sinner in whose lot you are interested. His soul is in this well, where it has a special purgatory." At these words, Lydwina cast an inquiring glance at her angel. She desired to see that soul which was dear to her, and endeavored to release it from that frightful pit. Her angel, who understood her, having taken off the cover of the well, a cloud of flames, together with the most plaintive cries, came forth. "Do you recognize that voice?" said the angel to her. "Alas, yes," answered the servant of God. "Do you desire to see that soul?" he continued. On her replying in the affirmative, he called him by his name. And immediately our Virgin saw appear at the mouth of the pit a spirit all on fire, resembling incandescent metal, which said to her in a voice scarcely audible, "O Lydwina, servant of God, who will give me to contemplate the face of the Most High?" The sight of this soul, a prey to the most terrible torment of fire, gave our saint such a shock that the cincture which she wore around her body was rent in twain, and no longer able to endure the sight, she awoke suddenly from her ecstasy. The persons present, perceiving her fear, asked her its cause. "Alas," she replied, "how frightful are the prisons of purgatory! It was to assist the souls that I consented to descend there. Without this motive, if the whole world were given to me, I would not undergo the terror which that horrible spectacle inspired." Some days later, the same angel whom she had seen so dejected appeared to her with a joyful countenance. He told her that the soul of his prodigy had left the pit and passed into the ordinary purgatory, This partial alleviation did not suffice the charity of Lydwina. She continued to pray for the poor patient and to apply to him the merits of her sufferings until she saw the gates of heaven opened to him.